as a frontman, what I learned from Eric Burden was showmanship, patience, how to work with an audience, because he could control the audience way better than me. And I learned so much standing behind Eric Burden. The 3 years I worked behind him were like what gave me all the confidence to stand in front of War and do the same thing. Yeah.
That's great. And of course, a legendary story about War is War played with Jimi Hendrix the night before he passed away. War was playing at Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club in London, and Jimmy joined them for what turned out to be his last jam. So, Howard, what's your most enduring memory or your biggest memory about playing that last show?
Have you heard this story before? Never? Jimi Hendrix, we're at Ronnie Scott's with Eric Burden and War, and Jimi Hendrix came in. The first night he came in, and he was like not ready to play. Not ready to play. He was drinking that tequila and stuff. Next night, straight sober. He came through, and I saw him walking through the audience with his strap. And he came through, and his eyes were like so white. They were cobalt white, and he's looking at me. I grabbed my guitar and pulled it out. I said, I'm out of here. And he said, stay with me. I said, don't leave. Plug the guitar back in. This is the #1 guitar player in the whole world. Still today. And he started jamming on a tune called Mother Earth, a blues tune. And we went back, and he's jamming his butt off, man, jamming. So then I got my confidence up after my knees stopped shaking. And I hit a solo lick. And me and him were going back and forth. And that was like the highlight of my whole tour with Eric Burden. And Jimi Hendrix was supposed to come back that next night. We just finished on a high note. He was supposed to come back the next night, and he did not come back. Jimi Hendrix passed away. So while I'm in my hotel room at the Holiday Inn in London, my tour manager knocks on the door, and he brings in a strap, a guitar, Jimi Hendrix strap. I'm on one bed, the strap's on the other bed, and I opened up the case and looked at it. That was it. I never touched it. I just looked at it for 2 days. I would never touch his guitar. It wasn't mine. It was Jimmy's guitar. It had way too much magic on it, way too much Hendrix on it. But I was just honored to have his guitar in my presence for 2 days after he died. That's a true story.
Now, one of the most amazing things about War is they're a rock band, but they're also an R&B band, a soul band, funk band, jazz band,
underrated band,
Latin band, very underrated. So, Howard, tell me, most bands just kind of had one sound, but you had just a sonic gumbo of everything. Why did you put all those sounds together?
We came out of Southern California, and one side street of Compton, California, like all the black folks lived on this side of Compton Boulevard. All the Mexicans lived on that side of Compton Boulevard. So what we did was we crossed the street and started playing music, and all that stuff came together. All those different rhythms and ethnic sounds came together to make War happen. And that's one of the things we did. We just had a Southern California sound. So everybody enjoyed that. The song, all day, this is what the music is what we like to play. That's true. Summer song.
Now, the most surprising thing I found out in researching the book was when you guys brought a song into the studio, it was rarely fully completed.
Oh, no.
It was very collaborative. All 7 of you worked on it together, and the tape just kept rolling. And you might have an hour jam and get a 5-minute song out of that. Did that work? Did that obviously work for you?
We back in the day we were working on 24-track analog, right? Not just digital, man, analog. I mean, everybody just like, it's such a warmer sound. You got digital today, it's okay. I mean, I like that, but I like analog, that stuff right there. Anyway, we were working 24-track analog, and that was War song. Wally Hyder, Los Angeles, California, on Sunset Boulevard and Wilcox. Yeah, you know that? Remember the day? Back in the day, as they say.
All right, well, I just got one more question for Howard, and I think we got time for just a couple audience questions. So let me tell you what's going on with Howard today. You know, he's a pretty damn busy guy. In addition to playing gigs with the Lowrider Band, which also features Harold Brown and Lee Oskar from the original War, he's also got his side band, the Howard Scott Project. He also has a radio show every Wednesday evening on the Fishbowl Radio Network. And if you haven't heard this show, it's really good. Howard talks and tells stories and plays just incredible music. But the newest thing that Howard is doing is a collaboration with Mr. Joe Mayberry over there. They have a new EP out. It's called 3. It's available on iTunes. We're going to hear a little of it right when we go to the signing. So tell me about how you got together with Joe.
I'd like to let Joe say that right there because Joe, come here. Give the mic to Joe. Give it to him. Let Joe tell this story. This is not me. This is him.
Yeah, Joe.
I could talk all day long. I want him to say something because this is a great thing we did with him.
Okay. How y'all doing? Hey, I just want to let you know, man, I'm very, very honored to be working with Mr. Scott. The guy's a genius, and it's really kind of tripped out how I even got a chance to meet him. We actually redid one of his songs about 20 years ago. I was just in my apartment after I graduated from college, and I was actively looking for a music deal, and I was writing to the box set of War. And they had a song on there that was instrumental. If you all have that CD, it's a song called Life is So Strange. And so I was able to just start the CD over and over. I mean, I'm fresh out of college, a starving artist, sitting on my living room floor writing to this song. And then one of my friends came over one day while I was practicing and said, man, that's my godfather. I was like, man, whatever. He said, I'm serious. He lives in Arlington. I said, man, whatever. Sure enough, he took us over here in Mrs. Scott's house. Man, Mrs. Scott came to the studio, reproduced the song, sang on the actual track, and then catching up with time 20 years later, man. 20 years later.
Ta-da.
Yeah.
Ta-da. Listen, you got to hear this, Joe. Look, I got to say something. For me to do rap music, to work with a rap artist, Howard Scott, unheard of to do this, wow, you got to check the way we put the spin on some rap. And it's different,
Real talk.
but you go really like it, right, Joe?
Real talk.
Real talk.
Yes,
Give me your favorite word. Dope.
It is dope. It is dope. The whole project is dope. It is.
I had to go out and buy me.
Mr. Scott's dope, man.
I had to go out and buy me a shirt that says dope on it. But look.
Wait, Mr. Scott, you're selling dope?
No.
Okay, all right. So again,
Joe,
it's not legal here in Texas.
I know. You got to watch that genius word because when you put a genius on there, I got to tag it. The zeros start popping out on the back of that check. So watch out now.
So we're going to be hearing some of that new music right after we get off stage. I think we got time for just a couple of audience questions. Right there, man in the blue shirt.
My favorite 2 war songs of all day music in southern part of Texas.
Let me do southern part of Texas because I wrote that song. She's from the southern part of Texas. Yes, she was born in a hurricane. You know her mama died for freedom. She got hung by Jesse James. Look here. I had never been to southern Texas when I wrote that song. Never. And I came up with a lick called Southern Part of Texas. And when I got to southern part of Texas, the song was cracking already. So, no, I wrote that song about back in the day. Tweed knows that. But I've never been to southern Texas or southern part of Texas. Great song.
Tell everybody that song's about me.
It is about you.
Well, we know the southern part of Texas loves Howard Scott and they love war. So.
Yes, sir. I was wondering if you know my dad? His name was Roy Mills.
Who?
His name was Roy Mills, and he played with the band that Alan Price set. Alan Price started the Animals.
I know Alan Price, yeah. Now, I'm not sure. But I know Alan Price and the Animals. That was they were the first Animals. When I met Eric Burden, he was on his own. He needed a band, so Eric Burden and War. To me, the best band, I'm not tooting my own horn, the best band that Eric Burden ever had was Eric Burden and War.
Absolutely. I think a guy that looks sort of like me, I think is my brother over there. I think he's got a question.
When is the Lowrider Band coming back?
When is the Lowrider Band coming back to Houston?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me tell you what the Lowrider Band needs. Now you take this. Now the Lowrider Band, we've been kicked in the back our britches so long because, like, you know, we can't use the name War. They won't let us, the court won't let us say formerly of War. You could be formerly of anything. Formerly of the Dodgers, the Houston Oilers, anything. But you can't be formerly of War. She can, but not me. So until we get that off our back, formerly of anything, I can't say it. We need a good agent, got good lawyers. We need a good agent that can book the band, Lowrider Band, and take it across the country, and we're ready to go. That's all.
All right, that sounds good. One last question over here.
Spill the Wine is the greatest single ever.
Yeah.
Did you guys take any drugs?
Man, who's this man talking about? Where the police at? I don't do no drugs. You trying to do
This is
somebody?
a
You trying to get somebody locked up in here?
Come on.
No,
Just curious, you know? You can't.
All right.
I never did that. No, I never did that.
We do have one last question from this man over here.
I'd like to know something. What was City Country City?
City Country City. Okay, now City Country City was about a movie we did. Remember Fred Williamson?
Yeah.
Fred Williamson.
Hammer.
The Hammer. We did a movie with Fred Williamson, and City Country City was the theme song for that song right there. But somehow they took that song out of the movie and didn't use it. Stupid people. Yeah. So that's how City Country City came. We put it out by ourselves.
Yeah, and it's a bad memory.
City Country City and doom 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 doom. What's that song? Doom 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 doom. Smile happy. Yeah, wait, listen, look here. You guys got to check my radio show. Check it out. It's FBRN.US, Fishbowl Radio Network, FBRN.US. It comes on 6 o'clock Wednesdays, every Wednesday. And please write it down. I want you to call in and just request a song. It's area code 214, number 717-4678, fishbowlradio.us. Ta-da.
All right, let's give it up for the legendary Howard Scott. Thank you so much. Howard, Tweed, and I will be signing books over there. So thank you all for coming. It's been, this has been one of the highlights of my life. So thank you, Tweed. Thank you, Howard. Thank you.
Until tomorrow, sir. I got to go back up. I got to show up in Arlington tomorrow, about 3 o'clock tomorrow. I got to be back in town. What you got to go with? What you got there? Hey, man, Buffalo Soldier's up here. It's Joe. The real Buffalo Soldier. There ain't but one. There he is. The OG.
Dr. Williams. Here he is. Dr. Williams would like to thank you.